Adam up here, my man, 50 grand. What's up, baby?
What up, what up?
Cool, cool. Thank you for rocking out. We're going to wait a few more minutes, and then we're going to rock and roll in the roll, in the rock, in the rock and roll. You have water to the, what beverage are you sipping on?
I'm hydrating right now. I got Topo Chico. Water with
Give,
bubbles.
give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. What's good, y'all? Thank y'all for joining in. I don't know if I've ever done a live in history, but here we are.
You're here.
Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in. We're going to wait a few more minutes till some more folks join our conversation. And then, man, get your umbrellas out because that's when we brainstorm. You dig? Oh, man. Oh, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Reggie was good. Ryan was good. We got my mother in the building with no Instagram face. Give thanks. Brenda Gates, what's up? Oh, man. I hope y'all have water today. Hope y'all have done all of the things that you need to do to take care of yourselves before we hop in this conversation with my main man, my man 50 grand, Adam Ward. Woo! Woo! We got some stories, man. We got some stories for the people.
We got a few. We got a few. I'm digging this new nickname. I hope this isn't like a nickname for anybody you go live with. I hope this is specially tailored to me.
We gonna see. I try to diversify the names of folks. You know what I'm saying? I try to diversify and be intentional with that. We gonna rock and roll. Thank you for the good people who are joining. I got my man Adam Ward. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Sarita Gates. We gonna have a good time. We gonna wait one more minute and then we gonna rock and roll. Get your popcorn, get your dinner, make sure the kids have bathed. Make sure the homework is done.
Real quick. Just knock all that out in the next 90 seconds.
You know, you got 90 seconds. Run to the restroom. 90 seconds. 90 seconds, and then we go rock and roll. Appreciate y'all being on time and tapping in to see what we are chatting about today. Whoo, welcome. Before I do my, this spiel, I start talking with my hands and bop.
Yeah, it's hard to gesticulate in such a small box. You can't.
Right.
It's hard to fully express. You gotta
listen. It's difficult. It's real difficult. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to arms, but you can't really. Just my shoulders go up, and so I look weird. We gonna rock and roll in 1 minute. Again, thank y'all for rocking out at 8:05. It is 5:04 Pacific time. Shout out to all the good people in Cali doing what they do. You dig? All right, cool. We going the moment we've been waiting for. Listen. Again, my name is Sarita Gates. I'm your hostess with the mostest. You already know. I'm an archivist. I'm the founder of Most Incredible Studio. At Most Incredible Studio, we create cultural compositions, i.e., a Lego set. And we essentially turn artifacts into memory. IP into tangible experiences that you can hold in real time. And so we dropped this genius joint with the Museum of Pop Culture, with the Hendrix Estate, Most Incredible Studio, and I had to, listen, good people, I had to make a call. I believe in people power, and when I'm working on anything that's magical, I gotta call the right people. Let me give y'all some context around Adam Ward, the gentleman who I'm in conversation with tonight. I decided, I had to be over 10 years ago. I was like, yo, I want to be a Lego artist. I don't know what this entails. It's not like bus drivers or social workers or correction officers or teachers or doctors. I didn't have a clue how the Lego space worked. Actually, it's probably more like 15 years. That's crazy, right? It might be 15 years at this point. So I was like, yo, I'm trying to get in the game. One of the homies, I'm trying to think of who connected us.
I think it was Smiley.
Wow, TVT.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So our good friend Smiley hooked it up. And I was like, yo, man, I'm trying to be like a Lego artist. Again, this 15 years ago, this before Most Incredible existed, before we was living live, before I was an archivist. My man Adam Ward was out here doing the thing. And so I'm really, really grateful that specifically on this project, we had all the NDAs signed, and I was like, yo, I gotta send a text to my man because I need him to work on the joint. So before we get into it, I want to say, Adam, deep gratitude, deep bow. Please tell the people who you are in the world and how you got started with the brick, my guy.
I mean, thank you for the intro. Thank you for the hype. Thank you for the emotion and the shrunken gesticulation. I feel it. I
That's
feel
a
the
fact.
love. Yeah, time is a trip. Time is like
Fact.
there's no way it feels like it's been 10 years or 11 or whatever it's been, some double digit amount.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, so I've been building Lego basically my whole life. I started
Mm,
when I was 2. Came across some in a closet that was left behind in a house that we moved into, and was pretty obsessed. And I'm an only child. I have half siblings, but I grew up in the house by myself, so it was like
yes.
me and my imagination in cold Minneapolis, just trying to make it through those winters. And I would just
Right.
build. And then I never thought about doing it professionally. Like, I've done a lot of creative stuff in my life,
Mhm.
writing, acting, hosting, music, all sorts of things. But I
Right.
never saw Lego as like a later in life thing. I thought it was like a
Yes.
snapshot when you're a kid, and then until you can convince, I don't know, girls, friends that it's still cool. um, and then just wonderfully fell back into it after I helped some friends start a business, and
Mm.
it was just not quite a disaster, but pretty close to a disaster, but like a very educational disaster. So I
Right. Right.
learned how to turn an idea
Yep.
into a thing, instead of just saying, "Ooh, what if we did this? What if we did this? I would
Yep.
love to do this one day." Because we all have all of the ideas.
Right. Right.
Everybody
Right.
out here has all of the ideas, but to turn those
Right. Right.
ideas into an actual thing, that's
Whole
like
different thing.
a whole different set of skills.
Facts.
So yeah, that was in I launched Peace and Bricks, which was then called Adam Builds in
Yep.
2012, and then we met. We introduced each other shortly after that,
Right.
and we've been rocking since.
And been rocking since. Listen, I'm grateful even outside of Most Incredible as a human to just rock with brilliant people who are excellent at what they are excellent at, right? So when we got the go ahead with MoPOP, the Museum of Pop Culture, and the Hendrix estate, which is no easy feat. Let
No,
me let me get in my bag, bro. Let me get in
yeah,
the
that's
Birkin
huge.
real quick.
Yeah.
We period made period history period. Hard stop. Bold size 97 font. It's never happened before, right? And so we were grateful, and we have been doing the work. Like, we've been cooking, and because we're a creative studio, like, if you know anything about me, I use team us all the time. I say it's enough. Everybody eats me, and so
Mhm.
with this project in particular, I was really grateful to get like my Quincy Jones on. I was on my conductor. I was like, oh, I need this I need this person. I need this. And so I'm grateful that when I send the text, every text that I send, people are like, okay, let's get it. I was like, yo, Adam, my guy, I got something in mind. And
Mm.
you said, Sarita, let's get it. Let's get it. And so with that being said, I told you about the collaboration. I told you kind of, what we want to do. Obviously, we want to make history. And then I move out the way. I kind of let people be great. So when I told you about the project initially, like what things started percolating in your mind around what was possible? Because the beautiful thing about this medium that we know and love called Lego bricks, is that anything is possible inside of
Mhm. Mhm.
Lego bricks. So
Yeah.
I hit you. I told you what we got cooking. What was your first things first? Our Papa.
I mean, the first thing was just like, I mean, gratitude to be folded into such an amazing project. I love Jimi Hendrix so much as a kid. Like, was obsessed. Remembered going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in
Yep.
Cleveland as a kid and
Yep.
seeing like the notebook where he wrote a bunch of songs and like all of this stuff. So to do something connected to him, connected to the estate, connected to like, part of his legacy is just like, what a huge blessing, what a treat,
Mm.
what a treasure to be able to be a part of it.
Mm.
And then like, doing this as long as I've been doing it, I'm pretty fluent in Lego. So when I
Mm-hmm.
start thinking about capturing something, there's already things starting to spin. So it's like, just give me all of the visual references,
Right.
and yes, anything is possible. And when we start thinking about building at different scales, there are
Mm-hmm.
things that can be really successful at some scales that
Yep.
might not be as successfully communicated at other scales. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, what is going to be fire at this scale? What is going to be
Yes.
memorable? What is going to be a
Yes.
surprise? What is going to
Yep.
be something that like, in some ways maybe hasn't been done before? How can we
Mm-hmm.
take a piece and invert it and make it something else?
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like, Lego even calls it a system. Like when you're
Right.
building within the system, there's normally like the obvious choice, the path of least resistance, and then
Yep.
like I don't want to just like go uphill voluntarily, but if
Right.
there's a way to inject a little bit more surprise, a little bit more, I don't know, just like freak it a little bit, like just make
Right.
it like a little bit off
Put the
kilter.
umph in it. The
Yeah,
razzle
yeah,
dazzle. The
yeah.
ooh ha.
Throw some stank on it. Like, not, don't follow the recipe exactly. Not that there's a
Yes.
recipe to this. We're freestyling it. But yeah, that's something I always want a piece to have a surprise.
Yep.
Whether it's something that you don't see upon first look, or something
Yes.
you got to look at from a different angle.
Yes.
I think like the best pieces of art are pieces of art. Songs we want to listen to over and over again, and then like a lyric might hit us a different way, or it's a
Listen.
painting we never get sick of looking at because of the shadow, the shading, whatever. There's like, if we can add a little bit of intrigue to what we're creating, then we're just
Yes.
going to make something that people want to spend more time with instead of just
Yes.
like, oh, cool, swipe next, like, and this deserves, to spend some time with it.
That's a fact. I mean, like, thank you for sharing that. I think the beautiful thing about this project in particular, so MoPOP, Museum of Pop Culture, turned 25 this year, right? So we're also in the legacy of a brilliant museum that understands the importance of pop culture, right? And
For sure.
so, I had to, before I even hit you, I had to tell my mom, like, my mom is Jimmy's ever. I was like, yo, mom, we
Yeah.
cooking with dot, 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 dot. And
Yeah.
so, soon as I did that, I hit you. The first thing I do is go to the archive, right? Like, MoPOP has a brilliant, extensive archive of artifacts of all of these different things from the legacy of, and they have a really dope exhibit that's up right now that y'all should check out. It's in Seattle. Get on a plane, nothing crazy, walk, bus, whatever. Get there if you can. There are hills and mountains. But, I was like, oh, I got to go in the archive. And so after I spoke to you, I was like, all right, we need, what do you need? Bet. Mood board energy? Got you. So I went in the archive. I started seeing what was available, what wasn't available. And then the Hendrix estate has their own. I'm not even gonna go into that real quick. We'll save that for the next live. But I hit you. I hit you with the mood board. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yo, Jimmy was a jiggy. Jimmy was getting his thing off, right? He
Yeah.
was he was getting very, 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 very jiggy. So I put some things together, and I think one of the things I love so much about doing this work inside of Most Incredible and creating these cultural compositions is the genius people that I get to work with. So I just created the mood board, hit you in the email, and was like, there you go, sir. Go be great. Go be great. So can you talk to me a little bit around the set composition? Because it was levels. Like,
Right.
originally,
Yeah.
the final version that this is the final version, good people, right? So my man got the stat guitar, we got the double amp joint, we see we got the logos and all that. Get into my man Fit. Wow. Wow, wait, hold on. Wow, this moves. It's jingling, baby. Like this also goes on the back as well. Like, come on, come on, come on. It's just like so many levels. Let me show y'all my man guitar on the front as well. Jimmy is left-handed, by the way. Like, it's just so many levels. So,
Mm,
Adam, if you could get into, you know, how we built this joint, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, it started, there was a stage, there
yeah.
was another type of amp, there was, like, you know what I mean? There
Oh
was
yeah.
no
I mean,
guitar. Go
it's.
in.
I mean, one of the great things about working with you, Sarita, is like I'm a yes and person, so it's like we're
Yes.
just playing like yes and tennis back and forth, like,
Right.
uh, and it's wild because it's really fun and it's an
Mm-hmm.
additive process, but at the same time, it's also very like selective and a lot of editing is going on because it's
Yes.
not just like we do this and this and this and this, and all of a sudden it's like I don't know chaos,
Right.
like it's like having the ability to say yes to a lot of things, but also
Yep.
have some restraint because we're limited on the footprint.
Yep.
This isn't a 2,500 piece build where we just
Facts.
okay, let's just add more to it, and then
Yep.
this will be next door. So when you have a piece that's relatively small, like every decision matters a lot.
Say,
So we,
say that one more time for my people in the back. Run that back. Run that back, baby.
every
Run it back.
decision matters.
Right.
Um, so because like seriously, every single piece gets to ideally be part of the form and part of the function.
Right.
Every single piece has got to help Jimmy stay together and
Literally.
communicate something, whether it's his
Yeah.
face, his hair, his headband, his outfit,
Yep.
the guitar, the
Yep.
part of his the instrumentation setup. Like
Yep.
every single thing has got to do a job. So it's like
Yeah.
what pieces do the best job, and not
Mm.
just to boil it down, strictly to utility because we're still very focused on how this thing looks.
It gotta
Um,
be jiggy. It
it's got to
cannot
be.
be whack.
It's got to be. He was, yeah. I mean, he was Jiggy 25 years before Will Smith brought that
A
word
hundred
into the
percent
mainstream.
facts.
If
A
you were
hundred
Jiggy,
percent.
if you were Jiggy in the 60s, um,
Right. That's a whole nother level.
it's
Whole
a whole
nother
nother.
level.
It's a whole nother. And I think like working both of us, we've collaborated at different scales. We've worked
Yep.
independently at different scales.
Yep.
There's this idea of like, oh man, how can you do something that's so big? It's like, okay, yeah,
Right.
there's logistics, there's timelines. Going big is easy. Going
It
big, you
a
have
hundred percent.
more space to figure stuff out. I can
Literally.
if I want to make a diagonal stripe, I could do it this 14
Yep.
different ways. When you
Yep.
start paring that down and you start limiting the pieces that are available, limiting kind of the strategies that you have, that's where the
Yep.
stuff gets like so tricky, so complex. And then what's wild about it is when you see it done well, it doesn't look tricky. It doesn't look complex.
Right.
It looks very,
Right.
very straightforward. But like the
Right.
path to get there wasn't this. The path to get there was this circuitous. Oh wait, have we been here before? Oh, hold up. Like
Listen.
this wandering, um, just wild road.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, seeing where it is now, it's like it's right.
Right.
Like, and the rough draft was right as the rough draft, and then
Right.
it just you can't get, what I don't even know what Mac operating system we're on right now. Catalina, I'm behind, but like you can't get that with all the other iterations that came
Right.
before it. So thinking
Right.
like you're gonna sit down and one take in the booth and be done, like if some people got it
Nah.
like that, amazing. But with me, it's like iterate,
Yep.
and then once you have it, once it's
Yep.
you know, um, and my goal is never perfection because I think
Hmm.
that's just an exercise in madness.
Yeah.
My goal is excellence. It's like once
Right.
excellence is
Right.
achieved, I'm like I'm good, or else I would still just be working on the same piece.
Forever.
I would still be like, oh, can I
No
make it,
new work.
0.00001% better? Like, no, let's, I
Right.
believe this is an excellent piece.
Right.
If people want to call it perfect, I'm not mad at you.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
my goal is excellence.
Yeah. And I feel that. I think I'm not gonna hold you. I think my superpower, I can't tell you how to get there. When it's there, I'm like, nailed it, got it. Tom, you don't gotta do nothing else. You don't gotta do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And then I think again, functional is one thing, right? Like having the amp is on the stage, the mic is on the stage, Jimmy is on the stage, the guitar. you can connect it in two different places. But again, the aesthetics matter. So I need you to talk to me about two things in particular. Talk
Yep.
to me about my man's hair. Talk to me about Mini Jimmy's hair, and talk to me about the military gold embossed
Oh, sure.
fit.
Yeah. So, having wild hair, occasionally have wild hair. It's pretty
Right.
short right now, not too wild. Um, but yeah, there's something like I think in so often when it comes to building Lego or kind of any art,
Mm-hmm.
you can just like default to symmetry because
Yep.
it just feels like the done thing. It's like the face is symmetrical, the fit is symmetrical. Like
Yep.
we're just surrounded by symmetry and like so much design. But like my hair is never symmetrical, so I
Right.
knew that like you know it couldn't be symmetrical. And then there's this thing with Lego where it's like, okay, well maybe you start incorporating some like rounded slopes.
Yep.
But then if you start incorporating rounded slopes, then like the expectation starts to be that like, oh, the hair is all that. And
Right.
then you lose the texture of the Lego studs, even if you're achieving a little bit more roundedness. So it's like, oh, you got to play with these levers and like maintain texture, but also not make it feel so like pixelated or
Yep.
digital or
And
square.
flat.
Yeah, because he's not he's not showing up to house party. It's not.
Right.
There's no high
Right.
top fade here. It is it's messy, it's wild, it's all over the place.
Right.
And then his bandana felt so
Yep.
iconic. So having the contrast of the very smooth bandana that like is doing its damnedest to keep his hair down, to
Literally.
hold it in, and then having the hair
Literally.
kind of
Boom.
have the hair kind of spill over the sides. Um, that just felt like it just felt like the move.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then with the jacket, like that outfit is one of the things I think of. Like if I hear Jimi Hendrix,
Yes.
like that just like band conductor, like that just band leader, that aesthetic was
Yeah.
just like such a dope fashion choice for him to make
For sure.
at the time.
For sure. For sure.
And just cool as hell. And I was like, okay, well, how can we do it? Like,
Yep.
again, want to create some differences in texture, even though it's all just little plastic bricks. So it felt like in incorporating the chains
Mm.
and incorporating those little one by one pieces with the handles on it, just
Yep.
made it feel like it had some heft to it, like the buckles, yeah, and those open studs on the side.
Yep. The chains. Boom. They move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop
Like,
out.
and let me not hold you. I think that's one of the reasons I became an archivist, right? Like I feel like everything is in an archive. So the
Mm,
fact that I can go to MoPOP's archive and pull out a photo of Jimmy in his band leader, you about to experience Hendrix for real in a new way. And we literally have a conversation, and that's brought to life is like a game changer. I
mm,
think another thing that literally makes a most incredible piece. And shout out to Randall for starting this as well. Is like our Easter eggs inside a joint. Like you think you know,
yeah.
but you have no idea. This is the diary of Most Incredible Studio, right? And
Yeah.
so talk to me. So if y'all didn't know, Jimmy has a legendary song called, of course, Purple Haze. And so what my man did, let me tell you what my man Adam did. Jay got this lyric where he's like, the top just pop off that joint. My man Adam did that. The top just pop off that joint. Talk to me around why you placed the Easter egg in the head. Like it's very literally Jimmy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Talk to me about this Easter egg joint.
Yeah. Thanks. Like I played a lot of. I had a lot of Jimi Hendrix playing as I was
Yep.
just like tinkering and going back to old favorites and like listening to stuff that like I hadn't heard before. And Spotify's got like so much extra and unreleased and all this stuff. So just
Yep.
playing a lot of music. And yeah, Purple Haze was like a song I was obsessed with as a kid,
Mm.
as a teenager, whenever like 12, 13, 14, right around that age. And yeah, like the idea of incorporating a lyric just felt like
Mm-hmm.
it made sense.
Yep.
so I was thinking of like iconic lyrics, like, you know, just there's a lot to pick from, but I also didn't want to bring another thing on stage with Jimmy. Like, you want to have
Yeah.
some things that are literal and then some things that are metaphorical, like holding the same space, taking up the same footprint. So I'm like, okay, well, Purple Haze, you know, in my brain, like, oh, what if there was like a hazy purple sparkly
Literally.
piece that Lego happens to make? My daughters are obsessed with this sparkly hazy purple. And I was like, okay, so what if that's in his head? I was like,
Yep.
okay, well, how are you going to be able to find it? Like, you know, is there a way that it can pop off, you know, fairly easily? So then it just became a matter of like redoing the hair a little bit without changing the layout, just changing what pieces were used. So it's a
Yep.
real easy little like, oh, you like Purple Haze? Bam, right there.
Surprise, surprise,
Yeah.
surprise, surprise. And, you know, talking about iterations, like, yo, we had mad eye options. There were like
Mhm.
mad mustache options. Color was a thing. Color is a
Mhm.
thing in the Lego space, period,
Of
right?
course.
Like, the catalog is crazy.
Yeah.
But getting to the right color is really a thing, and then it actually might not exist, so we got to reimagine and get
Right.
additional custom pieces. So talk to me a little bit around eye choices, mustache choices, and skin tone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, well, eyes, the 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 brick head and just like Lego little one by one rounded eye pieces.
Yep.
There's a bunch to choose from, and what's
Yep.
wild is you can have one eye give a feeling one way,
Yep.
flip them 180 degrees, and have the
Whole nother
completely
thing.
different. There's an eye that if it's tilted the right way, it looks like this person's about to lose their mind, like
Yeah, we got beef.
road
100%.
raging out of control. And then if you flip it the other way, it's like you just had like the best bowl of ramen in your life, and your eyes
Right.
just like it gets wild, and it's just the same piece, just
Right.
180. So that was like, okay, let's not spend all of the time having all of the eyes at all of the angles,
Right.
and go back and forth for like, you know, weeks about eyes. But let's,
Yeah.
you know, narrow it down to something that makes sense, and then just kind of decide.
Yeah.
And then with skin tone, like obviously minifigure skin tone has been an issue for a very long time,
For
and
years.
and
100%.
Lego is doing better.
Yeah.
You know, like in the friend sets, they've been crushing
Yep.
it, you know, for a minute.
Yep.
But regular
Yep.
minifigures, it's like just defaulting to yellow is just
Right.
because
And that's not even an option. We don't
that's
even get down
universal.
with
No,
that
of
over
course not.
here.
Of
That's
course not.
not a real thing.
So then there's like, you know, the browns and the skin tones and the nougats
Yeah.
and the stuff. So it's like you might have those pieces for the face, but then the clip that comes down as the hand is
Yep.
only available in a handful of pieces. So it's
Yep.
like, oh, okay, so we need to match the face with the hands, with the ears, like have
Yep.
that all tie in. And there's no, you know, it's not Photoshop. We just move the cursor a little bit. And you're like, oh no, that's the
Facts.
shade.
At all.
Every shade is like so far removed from the next one that
Right.
it's like, okay, well, if we go one direction this way, it
Yep.
changes the
The whole thing.
whole complexion. So yeah, so like that's a tricky thing when doing
Yep.
people. And again, like if you were to do it at a big scale, you could have a combination of browns that, you know, you use
Yep.
together that give off, you know, a feeling, which, you know, we don't have that
Right.
that ability at this size.
Right.
So, you know, obviously, you know, properly representing people, representing legends,
Yes.
it's you got to get the, you know, the hair right, the skin right. You got to get
Yep.
everything that's it's part of who they are.
Yes. Literally.
So, you know, limitations can be fun as an artist because they like make your job a little bit easier, but some of those
Yes.
skin tone limitations are, you know, not so fun, a little tricky.
Listen. It's levels. Again, for those that's just joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with your girl, Serena Gates. I'm with my main man, Adam Ward, the genius behind the build of Mini Jimmy. Is at, if you want to purchase, listen, I don't even know if they got any left, but I'm saying to you all, my good people, don't play yourself. It's only 575 made in the world. You
Oh, wow.
have to go to the Museum of Pop Culture to get one. So that means send your manses, send a task rabbit, get there if you can. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but you want to get two, one to play with and then one for the collectors. Like,
Yes.
you gotta have that in the pocket. So, yo, Adam, I'm just so grateful to not only have you as a friend for this long, but I think we've been able to watch each other grow in this particular space, and it's just mind blowing. And it's always amazing and magical when you can actually rock with your friends, right? Like, it's like I can imagine when a Jay-Z and Pharrell is like, yo, remember when we was doing Fade to Black and we killed that joint? It's the same energy. Remember when we did Mini Jimmy, the
Yeah.
only Lego set that represents Jimi Hendrix, certified by the Hendrix Estate and the Museum of Pop Culture and Most Incredible Studio in the world? Oh, yeah, we did that. We nailed that. So thank you again for taking us through your process. Teamwork makes the dream work every time. Yeah, I'm really grateful to be doing this work around creating these cultural compositions, and as an archivist specifically, turning memory into something like tangible form, right? Like, I think it's different when you could listen to the albums. It's different when you could go to the concert. But what we do at Most Incredible is bring those things to life. And so I'm really grateful that we can call on the greatest artists in the world and make something shake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been really fortunate to work with, obviously, builders like yourself, like Randall, like Corey, like Mad Pete. Everybody eats over here at Most Incredible Studio. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for your time. Thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all got some details as far as the process of what it takes to make history. You know what I mean? It might look light, but it's heavy though. We appreciate you. We're gonna be rocking with my man Adrian Franks on Saturday. Come rock with us for breakfast at 10 a.m. July 6th. We're gonna be talking about the packaging. It's levels again. This is not what they do. This is, we want you to have the most incredible experience. So again, rock with us on Saturday morning, July 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be talking to Adrian Franks. Adam Ward, you're a genius. Is there anything you need to drop? Y'all know Peace and Bricks is where you could catch my man. If you are not familiar with the work, get familiar. Anything
Thanks,
you want
Rita.
to drop before we wrap up, my guy?
I got some stuff in the pipeline, so just follow me on IG. Stay tuned. And Sarita, like, you've showered me with a lot of compliments. I really appreciate it. I'll take them all. I'm a Leo. I'm here for it. But like, not only are you an archivist, but like your superpower as a super connector and making things happen and like just galvanizing and synergizing magic in all of the times and in all of the ways that we've been able to collaborate, like that deserves an enormous bouquet of flowers. So I don't want that specialty and that magic to get lost in the shuffle, because this stuff would not be coming together, would not be materializing were it not for that gift. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for folding me in. This has been great.
I appreciate you, fam. Yo, thank y'all for rocking a strong 35 minutes. Make sure you get them kids in the shower, have your water, prep your uniforms for tomorrow. Thank y'all for rocking out. We'll see y'all Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Y'all be cool, good people. Cheers.
Peace.